at Central Market. I just read that there's the storm warning. So I was like, oh, look at those people. So you can decapitate behind me and Suarez and assistants that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. So I don't have vehicle, so I die. I think their names are Albert Leach, Alex Andrew, whatever basura is. Suarez. I don't even care. What else? 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 So I'll be charging my phone and leaving it here. Either way. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. And I just talked to Jason for a few minutes. That was very much fun. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Healthy habits. What else? I wonder how many of my homes and vehicles the FBI will return to me, if any. I just keep tagging the FBI and seeking the death penalty for people for abusing me. What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm sending my GoFundMe campaign to people through Instagram. I've been pretty talked about today. And I didn't get dessert earlier because I had coffee prior to getting here. So that felt like I had already had dessert. Oh no, I just out of Instagram completely. Oh well, let's. Girl, FBI says, girl, you're so... with who you blame all this. What else? What else? That you make us look obsolete. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? I'm bored. I'm so bored. What else? There's no movie Monday at the Pearl. When do I want to dance there? What else? What else? When was this? Oh, that's soon. That should be fun. What else? 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 I'm so bored. There's more happening at Pearl. What else? Weekend market. What else? What else? What else? There's a night market. It's not Vivaldi music class. What else? 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 But did you realize that those storage here are not fundamental? What else? What else? What else? What else? There may be belongers. What else? What else? What else? Which are fine. What they do is they say don't give her any money. She doesn't know how to buy a stamp still. They didn't stay in Colombia for me to send them letters. They showed up within weeks, months, a year. So I don't need to write them letters. Plus, they have no interest in me. Ellos quieren like hacerse más importante, que se pene tan importante. What else? What else? What else? I need to charge my phone. I don't want dessert. So do I want to get dessert first? Excuse me, I just burped. What is this? Where's my star? Games in the house 5 years. You're welcome. Short of today since the pandemic, I should be rich. This leech, but that's why I tagged the FBI in this post. And even if I didn't, steals it all from me. Tipo un puerco, una basura. So he's making me to beg. He's forcing me to beg for money. One of them is such a leech. He has the power of attorney, possibly handling my finances, trying to kill me. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, that he thinks he has first dibs on my vagina, so wants to kill me because he doesn't. Anyways, I'm tagging the FBI in this post, NATO, the Interpol, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the Justice Department in the United States, the International Criminal Court. Even though the International Criminal Court exists, I'm seeking the death penalty for Edgar Munoz Carrera. That steals my child support money. So I talked to my mother and said, can you please remove Fernandito, Pablito, Carlitos from having power of attorneys over me if they still have that? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate me. I mean, what else? Sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. There goes the power of attorney that they have, if they have one, and won't give me my money. For real, por el cuello, sacar la vena y hacerla así. I don't have to. I have a 20 or something. Really. If by 2030, I say not my thumb, but people say this is conscious. It's very powerful. Remember, I said you wouldn't end up in San Antonio, possibly you're in San Antonio. So 20, 30 something. That's what my brain's saying. Voy a matar en self-defense y no me ha dado mi dinero todavía. I don't want anything with him. He knows that. And hopefully he's very happy. Hopefully the leech of my sister that is trying to get him to talk to me just for her to get off that she is celebrating a fake 50th something 40th anniversary of them raping each other with pictures que ellos se peinan nada más para violar, ellos se bañan nada más para violar, ellos se maquillan nada más para violar. In the meantime, I keep checking my inbox and I haven't received any money. And I have overdue fees that they try to cause one to be so embarrassed of owing money, not remembering who it is. That's why one waits for the eviction post. And I'm heading to court. Well, you might have the dog is evicted and one says, but I have money, where is it? And how do I explain this to a judge in a way that the judge will say, like, you're still gonna end up at a homeless shelter? And keep contacting the FBI, I'll document this, but you're still gonna end up at a homeless shelter without $0 with you. With that face, they say it. And one says, there's no hotel vouchers? What else? 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 So they explain, saying a homeless shelter, they'll put you to work, sadly, of a violation of your rights, but I'll note it here, de que te está violando derechos haciéndote trabajar. Let me guess, wants you to become a segregator, but them heels, I already did them for him. they talk like that sometimes. They're like, I know who your leech is. He raped me, and that's why I'm here. Still showed up to my case and then killed myself this morning, señorita. So that's what he wants to happen. El tipo es un puerco, una basura, una asquerosidad. People call him asco in Puerto Rico. People call him asco in Aguada, Puerto Rico. You get decapitate Ezio Rivera. That's caused my anxiety, my depression, my poverty, by bullying me, trolling, I'm quoting, through Facebook in 2020. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez Lorenzo's sons that rape me, that steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. One macaron possibly is all I'm getting. And then charging my phone. You can decapitate Sarah Francis La Leach, que es una puerca, una basura. Que se queda en mi casa sin mi permiso. She was emancipated at the age of 26. David Ledesma and Cyrus Peña raped us both, Sarah and me. She said, I'm keeping your boy there. Y una puerca, una asquerosidad. You can decapitate La Leach, Sarah Francis. Where is the bandera? It's not a bandera. Schools. Is it behind the HEB? What is it? It's not bird's eye view. Something straight. But if I wanted to find the address, I could get a taxi there and kill her. He bragged decades ago that I wouldn't have money for me to get in a bus to where Christy Martinez lives. Because they're not bus riders. Lo que sabe peinarse la gente dice que ya. Cuidado si se baña bien o no. Ew, 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 ew. So what was it? Oh, if I pretend to be on 1604 In-N-Out Burger in that area. In-N-Out Burger. Oh, entonces now I just have to move out of there again. I have to get another high-rise. So because I lose Sarah, my Sarah, I'm just gonna rape Sarah today, girl. I'm standing early. El tipo es un pendejo, se cree Batman y no tiene bolas para hacer eso. Más Batman soy yo que él. That's dangerous porque las leeches se enamoran y me tratan de coger las tetas a través de the screen people say because they're like, that's my Batman. Full. What else? Sonia Lotes, Leon Valley. I've been through 410 and through 1604. So there is a. There's one chicken along her super center. If I looked for schools, was it Westover? Earl Warren High School, that's just a school there. What else? Is there a Valero? There's a Valero somewhere. Subidita. Oh. Pero that may not be like subidita bajadita that I'm used to. What else? So I'm like, what? There's an Arlene Park. Oh, cute. Street. That's so weird. Not Oak Timber. Where is it? What was it? I thought about it the other day, but I can't remember. What else? Which way was it? Oh, I purposely didn't want to remember. So I'm like, just tell me left or right. Just tell me left or right. Left here, right there. Okay, I don't want to like remember how to get here. What else? What else? What else? What else? There's Deer Park. Oh, but there's Christian Evers Elementary School. That was she fucked Bradley. What else? What else? What else? On a Valentine's Day. Ooh, no, bitch, you didn't, but whatever. Keep lying. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Is that the school? That's not it. I don't know how to get there. What else? What else? What else? You can decapitate how many sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of receiving money. So from 1604, I can't remember. But I know there was a school nearby, so if I look for schools in that area. Is the Bandera Independent School District or maybe not? Okay, it could be different. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Campuses. So there's, what did I say? Hill Country Elementary. What else? What else? What else? There's the HEB Plus. I can't remember. You can decapitate Christy Martinez. You can decapitate Benjamin Suarez's sons that rape me to steal my money and get in the way of my receiving money. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? So I want to shop at H&M. Yeah, I'm gonna charge my phone. And maybe the bus gets there. So was it a Hill Country Elementary? Whatever. What else? What else? What else? What else? Starvation Hill. Is it Oak Trail Drive? Very unlikely. I just saw that. What else? Doesn't seem like a movie. Alright. Check. I don't know. What else? Also, he wants to kill me with the excuse that there's a place here in San Antonio, Texas called Starvation Hill, so he can starve me on purpose and not go to jail. El tipo es un bruto, pero lo más asqueroso que hay en este planeta. Eso es como si fuera embarrado acá de arriba de head to toe. Una asquerosidad que yo no quiero near me ever. Ew, 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 qué tipo tan puerco. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What was the other one? Okay, elementary school. Some people can recite, y entonces el nene de él con Sarah fue a dar escuela. That's why I don't talk to Leechtown. Porque they know everything about them. Ew. Pero una asquerosidad. What else? What else? What else? I don't know if this is it. What else? Oh, so people say this is where you stop yourself. You look around a little bit because today you said that you're gonna literally claw the aorta out of someone, and you may start with Sarah if you find her out just today one day. Like you made that plan in your head. What else? 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 Uy, esa tipa una puerca. Kayla Barnes comentándole a la gente. Dice she a cuero. Ew, but I keep her there porque I may just kill her in self-defense someday. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? Something serious. What else? What else? What else? I just saw Fear of God Hunter. My friend Jerry Lorenzo is a El tipo, puerco, una cafrería asquerosa. He's been raping for more than 30 years, stealing my money, so I can't date. Él no entiende. Tan bruto es. Ew. What else? What else? Those are so pretty. Not to my liking, but that's pretty. What else? What else? What else? So relatable too. I had not seen that in a while. I read that earlier too. What else? Ooh, fun. That sounds fun. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What do I want? Oh, maybe because I had coffee earlier, I just want one macaron. What's the weather like here? Anyways, if I'm in a vehicle, if I would be trying to find that, I would find that. Weather in San Antonio. So that's why I don't keep looking for Sarah's home online. It's like some trail or something. The house is in a corner. It looks suburbish. Oh, I like it. What else? Oh my god, there's food on Jaden's birthday. Wow. How special. That was. Anyways, is it complimentary or compliment? Or both? What else? What else? What else? What else? That's so cute. It's been that long. Wow. It's been that long. It's quail something, isn't it? It's quail something. Bandera, Texas. What else? 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 It's not street, maybe. It's not quail either. Quail Street, Bandera, Texas. What else? There's Quail Drive. What else? There's Deer Run. What's the home view of this? That's not it. The homes are a lot closer to the street than these. Something, something I may remember. Or it's on another area. What else? What else? What else? What else? Anyways, you can decapitate it. I mean, sort of son of sons that rape me and steal my money and get in the way of me receiving money. What else? Oh, I've driven through this. It's Sunset Trail that leads there. Oh, they do that. They play with the vaginas. Ugh. They're disgusting. It's like a 0-year-old le dio un teléfono y una boca. He just goes on raping people. So they want to be like, well, I'm like, so child de like dale sense de shower, child de tu liposuction. Y de que decirte to wax. As Sarah's like, no, I don't want to see her. Like, sure, why not that more? They're not disgusting. They're not disgusting. Anyways, I want to see the other view of this. Not terrain. What else? Or is it deer? I can't remember. No, that's not it. There's Saddle Trail. And this may not be it. My dad is at the corner of hell. His identity and stays there. Anyways. What else? What else? What else? That happens too. How inconvenient someone said. I think she was thinking earlier about where does Sarah live. Why don't you host an event called Drive para que se recuerde de la carretera que. I've heard about that. They're lazy and time wasters. Oh, they're not even. Anyways, I'm bored. I literally turned into that 40-year-old. I was like, no, me, no, no, no. But I've been that person since like I was very young. What else? I need to use the restroom. I've been drinking a lot of water. And I want a macaroni. I'll be back soon.